Hi, welcome to a2zknowledge.com. So today we are going to discuss about polymorphism in Python. So polymorphism is one of the OOPS concepts which is available in most of the object-oriented programming languages. Polymorphism is like, okay, first of all, like we enter into object-oriented programming to consider each and every module what we write as an objects. So object-oriented perspective of view, we have to a kind of a flexibility to provide for the code. We create an object oriented perspective, like we have class, objects, inheritance, polymorphism, so encapsulation. So all these concepts entered into picture to have a flexibility towards the objects. So one such topic which we are going to discuss is polymorphism. So if you take the topic polymorphism, poly means many, morphism means behavior. The same person has a multiple behavior, or same method has a multiple behavior. I can say in that way in technically. So I'm Gautam, okay. My behavior is different in my home, my behavior is different in my office. So the same person has two different behavior or three different behavior based on the place which he belongs to. Okay, or you want me to change my behavior. Okay, so my behavior is very different in office, so you want me to change my behavior. So what you can do, you can invite me to your party, or you can invite to some breakout area, so that my behavior will change like that. In real time, you people are working in different technologies, and those technologies comes as a framework, and that framework internally has a many source code. So when we work on that technologies, and there was many algorithms which comes with my framework. Okay, I work in a framework. I'm working in AWS framework, Amazon Web Service framework, or I'm working in Python based framework, or I work in big data framework. So some framework I'm using, and all of a sudden I don't like a particular algorithm, and I just want to change the functionality of the algorithm. So what we do basically, we used to identify the source code, and then we used to override the functionality. That means we will override the methods. So now I'm going to show you in a simple example. So whatever the example which I have given you just before, it's something maybe you feel it's confused kind of stuff. So I'm going to give you a very simple example. So once you get that one and you can able to relate this example, then you will get to know what I'm coming to say. So now I have written a code, a simple code for uh, understanding the polymorphism. So I'm having two classes. So if you take one class, the version 1, okay, so imagine I'm having a product which I released, a mobile app or a web app. I released a product version 1, and I have a method. Okay, I will just remove the screen method for better understanding. So I have a method called button. That's a functionality. Okay, I have a button in my app, and then the color of the button is red. Now I'm done with my version and I've released it, and imagine I quit my job, something like that. So some other developer is coming to the design, a new developer is coming with a new design to the team, and the developer want to create a new version. So he will do an inheritance of my code, because he is not going to start the code again from the scratch to release version 2. Then it's a new deployment development. It is not a version enhancement, right? So when you invent a new version, you have to inherit from the old versions few functionalities, not the entire one. Whatever the functionality you want from version 1, you can inherit and you can add a new. That is where inheritance comes into picture, right? So I have a previous video where I have uploaded inheritance as well, so you can able to get all those basic videos and the previous videos in my Python playlist, and that link you can find in the description box of this video. Okay, so now first, before you do polymorphism, you have to do an inheritance, because you have to inherit the class which has the actual content, and from there you have to override it. So now I'm just creating a new version of code, and now I'm just reusing the same name. You have to reuse the same name, that is button, def button. I have to reuse the same, and that is means where we call it as a method overriding. So now I'm just changing the functionality as color yellow. Now I'm creating an object for the child class. Okay, so when you go for the Google Play Store or somewhere, you will download the latest version, right? So like that, you have to create an object for the latest version. Then only you can able to enjoy the functionality of the latest version plus previous version. Now what I'm doing here, I'm just creating an instance a equal to version 2. Then I'm invoking the method button from the a class. That is, a is an object which created for version 2 class. So from version 2, I'm just invoking it. So now I'm just executing this. You can see the functionality has been changed from red to yellow. Now imagine here my button, here my method name is something different. I just give button 1. It's something, a new functionality you have added. So Python thinks you have not overrated anything. It just thinks you have just changed the functionality. Now I'm not going to change any of the code which I have written below. Just like that, I'm going to run this. You can see you will get color red because you have not overridden the same method name. You used a different method name and you want to change the functionality. No, it can't be, right? So you have to override. I didn't do any changes. I just changed the method name of class 2 and automatically I got the output of color red because here this class is inherited from the version 1 class. So you created an object for version 2, which is the second class, which is the child class, and you are just invoking the button method. Obviously what it will do, this version 2 will check whether I'm having a method called button with me in the new class. If it is not there, automatically version 2 will pick from version 1 class. So the button is here. So the override will come into place. Now I just change this back to button. Now when you call a dot button, version 2 will check first, we have any method which with the name of button? Yeah, it is there. Now in that case, the child class will return only the color yellow because that itself has a button. That means you purposefully overrided it. So this is what an override. Now imagine people thinks, okay, my agenda is not to override and I'm just inheriting the base class version 1 and I'm just want to use the same name of my version 1 method name, but still it will be considered as a method override. You do without knowing, but the thing is it will do an override internally. Obviously you use the same method name of your parent class, then it's obviously a method override. Okay, so even though you are not doing purposefully also, this is going to be a method override only. So polymorphism, or you can say method override. So this is a kind of an example I just want to show you, like how this polymorphism is working with respect to the object oriented world perspective in Python. So the agenda of the video has been done. So thanks for watching A to Z knowledge.com. If you really like my video, please subscribe my channel and forward this to your friends and colleagues. And we have many other tech videos, not only Python. We provide videos in two languages, English and Tamil. Thanks for watching A to Z knowledge.com.